And we are live with another broadcast in the Roofing on the Rise studios. We are sponsored by Roofing Supply Incorporated here in the Houston marketplace, where you can get your shingles directly from me, the Roof Don. Telephone number is 210-919-8987. Again, 210-919-8987. We are also sponsored by West Group Public Adjusters, where you can get an awesome hand-tailored claims experience. If you're looking for or would like to get in contact with West Group Public Adjusters, go ahead and reach out to me directly as well. We are also sponsored by Chad T. Wilson Law Firm, First Party Insurance. When you're looking for a carrier absolute destroyer, these guys will go in and fight for what's right. That's what I like about these guys. Chad T. Wilson Law Firm, First Party Insurance. They go and sue the insurance companies for the property owners. If you guys are looking to get in contact with them, you can click Chad T. Wilson Law Firm or reach directly out to me. Telephone number is 210-919-8987. Got some awesome sponsorship opportunities. If you guys are looking to do a sponsor and you're either a tech company or you're an AI company, I'm looking for two different kinds, which is tech still. But anyway, I'm looking for those two slots to be filled. You can reach out directly to me or to my wife, which is the CEO of Content Cartel Media, and we can get you hooked up with a sponsor package. Today and every day, we have an amazing guest. Today, we have my good friend, Mike Abernathy, with the brand B.Ambitious. What's up, Mike? How are you?
Great, man. I appreciate you having me on. How are you today?
I'm ready to go, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm nervous. With big streams like this, I get kind of nervous. My palms are a little sweaty. It's a little weird. Just a few of these just get me kind of nervous. But I've got church after this. We have family service today. So we're gonna have the kiddos and everything. Everybody got new outfits and stuff to go to church in tonight. Really excited about it. But I'm super uncomfortable. I got like these slacks on, bro. Like,
what are they tight? I mean, are you gonna split your pants,
bro,
or I mean, what's going on?
Super tight, super tight.
Well, that's awesome. What are they doing? A play or something today? What's going on at church?
I don't know. Just a Christmas, it's Christmas special, going to talk about the birth of Jesus. So I'm pretty excited about it. And, this stream, we've been talking about this stream for like a little over 30 days,
Right. I think we've been talking about doing a podcast together for about 6 months.
Well, yeah, I mean, but we like publicly been talking about it for about a month, right? But yeah, about 6 months we've been talking about it. I'm really excited to like dive into this stuff. I know we kind of have an outline, which is a little different. So you guys that are watching or not watching, definitely know that we have an outline, but we're giving away some prizes today. I have Adam Bensman's book over here. I got 3 copies of it. So someone will get a copy of that. But
what is the book?
What's
the book over
required.
There? Let's talk about the book. What is the book?
Technical difficulties here. Save changes. All right, cool. The book, let's see. Comments are live now. The book is The Roofing Sales Survival Guide. Beat the Odds, Overcome Yourself, and Win Big by Adam Bensman. I actually started reading this book. It's a really good book. It's not like super small letters, right? So it's an easy read. I haven't gotten through it all because I've got, ADD, ADHD or whatever, right? But I've gotten through quite a bit of it. And I've got to say, if I haven't given away the most Adam Bensman books, I've got to be a runner-up. I just continue to buy these books from Amazon, uh, and support like one of my favorite sales trainers in the industry. And I really think that, after seeing the beginning of this book and reading some of these things, um, I really thought that it would be beneficial for other people.
Trying to see who's on the stream here. I just found this on Facebook. Is there a way to see who's live with us on our screens?
I do not think so. Now,
so is that a more of a sales book, or what kind of a book is it? Sales, or is it just a general
absolutely
introduction
roofing
to
sales
the roofing?
And yeah, it's a roofing sales survival guide. So basically, it's whatever like Adam Bensman would have loved to know before he got into roofing, right? And so a lot of us, I know, we get into this, and we don't necessarily give it all the thought or what have you. And even, some of us, we just don't have the choice, right? Like, we're in this because we have to. And so it's got a lot of the pitfalls and the journey. And so that's why I like it. And I haven't gotten through it all, so I can't like speak on the entire book, but what I have read is really gripping, dude. So if I were you, I'd jump into the comment section right now and ask for the free book, because you have to engage in this podcast or you don't get anything. We're giving away $10,000 worth of stuff, and we'll get to everything.
I want the book. I'm going to engage right now. I mean, I haven't read the book. I want the book. So what would you say, based upon, I mean, you've been in the roofing industry for what, like 20 years or something?
No, 11 years, brother. It feels like 20.
Well,
oh my gosh.
What would you say to, somebody new, whether it's residential or commercial space, like what would you like to know back in the day when you first came in? Because I mean, a lot of these companies, they just throw these guys out to the wolves, and they might do some training a little bit on sales, but doesn't seem like anybody's doing any training on the actual components of the roofing assembly itself, how it's done, reverse engineering it. Chuck Allen's out there.
Chuck Allen says,
Wait,
I am here.
So what would you tell the people?
So here's what I would say is big thank you, Chuck, for coming along. Kind of getting some static here from your side of things, some static back. But the thing that I think I would say to any rep or even someone that's about to begin a company in roofing, I would say that you need support. You can't do this alone. And that's really how I tried to start doing it. But then I leaned in heavily to the managers that were involved. I actually started with Marty Haight, which I believe is, the uncle to Lee. And he was a really good man. He had a really good industry. Yeah, one of the definite godfathers of the industry. Had his own CRM, own production software, etc. So, it was a very well-oiled machine. And so, when I decided to lean in heavily to that and really embrace what they were teaching, I started to win. But it took a year. Like, it wasn't overnight. I did not start to really, I mean, I doubled my income, but it wasn't, from what I was doing before, like a W-2, right? But it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It wasn't $100,000 a year like everyone says it is, like immediately. It just wasn't. I made 24 grand in the first year, not 100,000, and that's the truth. So if I would to tell anyone anything, it's to like lean into the truth and lean into the people that are around you. So, know that if you don't give your all, and even if you do give your all, you may not get to that $100,000 mark. And then, nowadays it's easier to get to $100,000. It's been like 11 years since I started. So pricing, if you know pricing for anything, it keeps, and it doesn't hit the top of that elevator or that ride. It doesn't it doesn't go down. It just continues to fucking go up. And so, you can imagine that back in the day, it was a lot cheaper than it is now. But anyway, that's what I would say to the world, into the world of roofing. If you're starting in, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I would just say get uncomfortable being uncomfortable and be comfortable, being the dumbest person in the room and just ask a lot of questions,
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with not knowing. And if you don't know it, you have to own it and say, hey, I don't know, I'll get with the owner, or I'll get with the manager. And if that's important to you, I'll get back with you. So,
Right.
I mean, really, you just being around the people too. I think you need to find a good mentor. I was very, very fortunate to get a very good mentor in the commercial space.
Yeah.
And, a good mentor, asking questions, and also learning from these adjusters,
Yeah.
these adjusters, like them or not, love them, hate them, whatever you do. I mean, we have to work with them, and you can learn a lot from them. Plus, it's a good sales strategy when you're feeding their ego. I mean, typically speaking, they're a driver, they're type 1 personality. So you're just feeding their ego.
Right.
Ask them the question, hey, I'm new in this, and I was just on a metal roof, and it was a big old dairy farm, and I used to do this all the time. And you had a whole bunch of hail damage, but the carrier said it was cosmetic damage. How do you define cosmetic damage? What is that?
Yeah.
Just let him, he might tell you a way to get it bought on the next one.
Right. Yeah, man. I was real careful, after meeting with Allstate in my first year, in Amarillo on wood shake and on asphalt. I got on wood shake shingles, and they're like, it's got to be splits, and it's this and that and this and that, and it's like, it's like a fugazi, you know what I mean? Like, it's a fucking figment of the imagination. Like, and what it is it, and what I'm talking about, this is the approval. It's fucking non-existent with Allstate now. And so I'm like, dude, what do you need? What do you want? And he's telling me, and I'm like, okay. So I bring him over to it. It's not it. I'm just like ready to throw this guy off the roof. So I get down. It's first year, right? Asphalt roof, right across the street. And this was like, there were 2 tornadoes in this storm, and it threw stones like this. So the tornadoes went, like this to this way, and it started slinging stones like this.
Like hailstones or like actual stones?
Hailstones, right?
That's something we could talk about.
It was insane, and it tore up everything. And so that particular property, windows, all kinds of shit were broken. Get on the roof, asphalt. Okay. So you can imagine what this asphalt looked like, right? Big black bruises all over it. Looked like
somebody took a shotgun and buckshot and bam.
If you were to equate it to dogs, it looked like a Dalmatian, right? Like all over the place. It's like, holy crap. And I'm up there, and they're just like, sir, this looks like blistering to me. And they just kept on giving me this garbage. And this was I've yelled at an adjuster twice. Okay. 2 times in my career. This was the first time. Never. Exactly. Never. And this is where I learned it. And it was from the second Allstate adjuster that was there. Okay. He was the senior adjuster, and he was watching. And I told him I was new, and I'd lost my shit. And I get off the roof, and I'm like about to take my ladder off the roof and leave the adjusters up there. I was mad. I was angry because the policyholder has fucking windows busted out um, and the siding's ripped up, and you're denying the roof. And this is like 10 years ago. This is before the heavy onslaught of scheduled policies. So they should have approved it. And I just didn't understand why they didn't.
Well,
And so
I think a lot of people knew like that wouldn't understand. Like why would you understand? You can't control this. This is black and white to you. You have actual good damage. You're showing them. But I mean, it comes down to the adjuster himself. Maybe he's having a bad day. Maybe he's limited to what he can actually do. And you have to know this going into it is, I mean, there's other options. And I think appraisal is one of the things being brand new in the industry. I wish I would have known about appraisal, you know, being a baby in the industry. We missed out on very large deals. People got taken advantage of, underpaid, all that. But appraisal would be a good solution, you know, depending on the policy language that, you know, the policyholder has. Appraisal could have been a good option, but I definitely, I hear you not knowing, but it makes me think about this white paper that I just came across here recently. I believe his name is John Abbott.
Okay.
So what it talks about is typically like they say, oh, you need 2-inch hail damage, you know, to cause damage to asphalt. And then it goes bigger on that on flats and depending on the, you know, the type of the material. But what this white paper discusses is actually the math equations involved, depending on the wind speed, the density, which direction is flowing, all that makes a difference. So you could have 1-inch hail that's really, really dense at high wind speed do the exact same damage as 2.5-inch hail. And he breaks it down. It's a graph. It's actually brilliant. So if you haven't checked that out, I believe his name is John Abbott, but just Google Abbott kinetic energy white paper on hail. It's a great read. And then I've actually been starting to use that in my reports if there's any question about it. Because if you get a meteorologist to back everything that you're saying, we have the data on the wind and the hail. And then based upon that math equation, the only thing you really can't figure out is the density. But you can show that it is a possibility, depending on how dense this was, that yes, smaller hail could do that damage. But yeah, I've seen siding that looks like what you're describing on that roof, just holes blown out.
Yeah, and see, that was my first storm, so I knew what hail looked like, and I left that storm, and I went to like this staging mode because I was a part of this national organization that was a storming contractor. So I'm at home, twiddling my thumbs, like working at a rock quarry. It's winter, and I'm like waiting for storms, and I'm like, when is the next storm? Because I'm seeing, you know, hailstorms happen, but they didn't like jump on that storm, and I didn't understand how storming contractors worked. You have to scope the storm. There has to be significant damage. It has to be good, you know, medium incomes, and like there's all different kinds of research that goes into going to a storm prior to just, you know, loading up and get there. And so I'm waiting, and I get this call, and they're like, all right, it's time to go to Philly. And I'm a country boy from Texas. I've never been to Philadelphia. Okay.
Oh boy.
And so there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. Okay. So I wore Wranglers and a cowboy hat and pearl snap shirt everywhere I went. So you listeners, I would like you to pay attention right now. There was a big shift in my life from being the country boy to going to Philadelphia and getting my teeth knocked in by corporate American business owners and property owners. I couldn't sell a roof because I looked like I was from Texas and just drove there to Philly. I needed to blend in. Now, of course, there were a couple of those that, like, you know, I sold a roof, okay, 2 roofs, but It was extremely hard. Okay. Now, I left. I came back years later. Okay. Went to Connecticut. And a young man that was a manager of the company that I was selling for there, like I picked up my entire company, salesman and everything, went up to Connecticut to sell with them. And they, they're all like wearing these loafers and shit. Right. And we're in the storm dorm. And not only loafers, but like, watches and like all different kinds of stuff. I never wore a watch or anything, jewelry, nothing. Actually, this necklace came from Connecticut. This watch did, or no, excuse me, not this watch. My other gold watch did. And it was a shift in my life because I seen all these guys that were out there and had all these accessories, penny loafers, blah, blah, blah. And they're like raking in like claims, dude, just left and right. And so this young man, he's 21 years old. I'm like 25 or 26, right? He goes, hey, listen, bro, I want you to come to JCPenney with me, and we're going to get you a jacket, and then we're going to get you some loafers. And, I think Win the Storm, it was either Win the Storm or IRE. No, it was Win the Storm. It was in Vegas. And so they're like, let's go to Win the Storm. Dude. All right. So we go to JCPenney, get the duds, whatever. Immediately see a change in sales, bro. Immediately, bro. Because the people in the area are conditioned to see those types of people. So it's like, oh, he's from here. All right, I'm going to do business with him. He looks the part. And that's what I'd encourage people is like each area that you're in, look the part, right?
Yeah, you got to be a chameleon.
Also, my life is my life, and I will do what I will with my life. You guys do what you want with your life. I'm going to do what I will with my life. But what I am going to do is I'm going to make some footage. I'm going to go back to some of the old stuff, some of the old footage that I've made as a contractor, and I'm going to throw it into some of the new stuff. We're also going to be making some stuff so that you can see some videos that you can see what I do now, right? And I think it's really crucial that you guys really understand that, right? And here we go. Mike spamming the comments.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm trying to give away some money. So, I mean, my boy Taylor Grant, he's got $100 gift card, Bellboard Claims, here in Colorado. So I was just trying to give that away.
Let's go. So,
but yeah, so
right, we got a couple of things to talk about today. Let's talk about like the elephant in the room, right? Lee versus Dmytry. I think that was one of the top performing posts for you.
In the room?
Yeah, it's definitely an elephant.
Oh,
I think it's.
Yeah, I mean that was actually a fairly good post for me. You think? We got some attention.
Yeah, I mean, so what's your opinion about the fight?
About the fight?
Yeah,
I think I'm excited to watch them duke it out, bro. I can't deny.
Why?
So this has been going on, this back and forth for how long? Seems like a couple
6 months. 12 months. 12 months, maybe.
It's back before that too. I mean, because
yes,
Lindsey Douglas was trying to get Dmytry to do something. They had an interview before. They had Lee went up to one of Dmytry's booths at an event. I don't know if you've seen that. So it seems like it's been going on. But in the beginning, I didn't know if this was like one of these feuds that was planned. Because I mean, they're both.
I don't think so.
Brilliant.
I don't think so. I think Dmytry got some phone calls, and he's like, "Yeah, let's do it," right? Because like, there's this elephant in the room, and that elephant is the allegations that were brought to Dmytry about Lee and the business practices that he had and or currently employs, and the supposed, and I don't know the legitimacy to this, the suppliers and the sales reps that quote unquote didn't get paid.
Oh yeah, I was seeing that, and then he posted something that wasn't even their supply bill. It was a different company, but
Right.
yeah, I
It's
seen
just
that.
like, so for me, here's my thought. Is it your business what Lee hates doing? I don't think so. And there's plenty of times. There's there's two sides of the coin, right? And one side is, oh my God, he fucked me. And the other side is, well, they didn't complete the tasks to collect the full commission. And so there's a back and forth that could be played on this. How do I know? Because I've been a boss. I've been a CEO of a roofing company. I've also run a roofing company. So I've been there and I get that side. Now, I think what was the biggest thing there for Dmytry was the overwhelming amount. So it wasn't just like one or two, it was like 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. That just kind of like compounded for him. And I'm not going to speak for him, but I think that when you get enough of those, like you're going to hit some of those topics, right? And that's just,
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of people talking. There's always a lot of hearsay,
and then on Lee's side, like Lee's also not going to take no shit. Like mama didn't raise no bitch, so he's not going to fucking just sit here and take some shit from some outside player and just roll over, right? Like Lee's come from a background where he's physical, and Dmytry the same, right? But where I don't understand is, where is it right to fight over this shit? When does it become okay to say, I don't like the way that you do business, I don't like you,
I think it becomes okay whenever
let's
they
fight?
both agree to it, and whenever I believe they paid Dmytry $60,000. There's a contract, and he got paid $60K to fight him. So I believe that
They've already paid Dmytry.
I believe so. So I mean, I think there's a contract in writing on this fight. So now this isn't. I mean, I think it's good for both. It's good PR. They're doing it in a ring, so you're gonna have. It's going to be controlled. It's not going to be a street fight. That would be something totally different. So I think it's good PR for both of them.
I mean, I think it's good PR, but their children, they watch that stuff. And so like my kids are watching this podcast right now back home.
My son's getting some cookies in the kitchen right now, being very, very quiet.
Right. And so
trying not to upset me. I'm watching him.
Here's the thing is, like, this is much bigger than just, two men duking it out. This is, they're endorsing violence when you disagree with someone. And I've been a part of organizations, and this is a hush hush thing. Roofing companies have a lot of money, and they're friends with politicians and can pay people. And fights happen all the fucking time, and they just quell it. And so my thought is that we're training the next generation to say that it's okay to endorse violence when you disagree with someone. So for me, and I understand your side, Mike, I do. And we could disagree on like a million things and we still be fucking best buds. Like, but I disagree with you on this. I think that it's wrong. I think that they shouldn't be portraying themselves as these men of God and men of the industry. They're iconic sales trainers, and they're here. I'm gonna fight you because I don't believe in what you're doing. It's fucking childish, in my opinion. That's just
Yeah,
me.
and the other side though, they are also teaching marketing.
Big shout out to a couple of the listeners here. Cyrus Fields. Cyrus, you won a book. Okay.
Let's see who's on there.
This is the survival guide, sales survival guide. We are starting the giveaway. That is correct.
So you just gave away a book, huh?
So I just gave away a book to Cyrus Fields. Cyrus, are you back from Puerto Rico, bro?
Bro, you didn't get my comment like 20 minutes ago. I said I wanted the book. I was the first one to say it.
You were a co-host. I'll send you a book. But
I mean,
it's
now
not a part of the giveaway.
Now we have rules on who can win. Like, I didn't see that memo. I'm sorry.
You're like, wait, hold on. It doesn't make sense if we get to keep the gifts. Oh, I have a gift at the house. I did not post it. I didn't bring it. And the reason why I didn't bring it, here's another book. So I got another book here. So if you're in here and you need it, oh, there we go. Mama has wrapped it. If you guys, if I say there's another, okay, listen, I don't want to tell you what this is. It's a mystery gift, okay? It's a mystery gift, but it's in a package like this. I will send it to you. I'm kind of excited to talk about this, okay? I accidentally ordered I don't know, some stuff, right, on Amazon, and I didn't understand. I didn't know. I didn't look at it. I just didn't pay attention. And I ordered like too many of them. So instead of sending them back, I want to give it to you guys. So comment, like, subscribe, please. Roofing on the Rise here. Come on, guys. I'm going to give away a mystery box. And when you get it, I want a photo of your face because you're going to be like, yes. It's one of those gifts that when you get it, you're going to really love it. It's this big. It's about that wide. No, it is not a Red Ryder BB gun. Or is it? Oh.
Sure, I actually have one of those, like,
bro,
original one.
Bro, they're legit. That is an iconic thing there. Let's see. I can barely see this. This is going to be that stream where I'm going to like strain at the computer. We really needed to have a production guy this time, but ladies and gentlemen, the first of the year, Roofing on the Rise podcast content is going to change rapidly. All right. Getting the wife watching. Get the wife watching. Get it going. All right. So, the next thing I'm giving away is the mystery box, and then the next thing is going to be this roofing sales thing. But you're next. So, what are you going to give away?
I'm gonna give away the $100 gift card.
Boom, $100 gift card. All right. So,
I mean, who wants it? I've already posted in comments, and nobody has said they want a $100 gift card. So,
$100 gift card. It's there.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. You can win multiple prizes, ladies and gentlemen.
So who do you think is going to win this fight, though?
Oh, who do I think is going to win? I need to get my Roof Dawn stress cube. If you haven't gotten a Roof Dawn stress cube, please comment and I'll send you one. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? I still think Dmytry's going to win. I think Dmytry's going to win.
Dmytry's going to win?
I think Dmytry's going to win for sure.
What makes you say that?
I think he's going to whoop that ass. Because have you seen Lee Haight getting rocked in the ring? Are you serious? He got fucking rocked, bro. I wish I could throw this up on the fucking camera or on the live stream. I watched it. Hold on. Lee Haight getting rocked. I'm about to find this and holy shit. This was, hey, I give it to him. Like he went hard and he tried, but he got rocked, bro. Let's see. Where is this? Maybe they took it down. I don't see it anymore. Fuck. Okay, I'll find it. Wait, is this it? Gilbert Burns. This might be it. No, that's not it. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, Lee fought someone else and he got rocked, bro. I mean, he got rocked so hard, like he hit the ground and then like he like rolled back and forth, like nyong, nyong, but it was over, bro. Like I'm telling you, I've watched Dmytry's content and like he's doing these push-ups and he's punching the ground of he's in a sauna, like sweating his ass off, punching the ground. He's like, he's training, bro. I just don't see that over in Lee Hate. But I don't.
So I know Lee has been doing some training for like a couple years now. I know that he's been doing some training. However,
Cyrus Field wants the $100 gift card. His wife is there legitimately as well.
How many people we got? Like, let's get like a couple people on here. Tell me to share it out.
I don't know how many people we truly have. Like, share, subscribe, please, Cyrus. And Cyrus's wife. I can't see how that's very small. Mrs.
Where's Cyrus
Fields.
from? Where are you from?
Mrs.
Cyrus?
Fields. Cyrus is I believe Cyrus is from here. Not 100% positive. Cyrus hit that.
But no, Dmytry's been training, bro. It seems like for a very long time. Like everyone known about Dmytry
that gets a gift from me gets a Roof Dawn bracelet. Okay. It says Roof Dawn and RSI. It's a co-brand bracelet. Really, really cool. A stress cube. And like when you're feeling just down around nasty, you know, you need some hand sanitizer, you know. Get that ASMR.
Oh, wow. What's wrong with you?
You got to have that Roof Dawn RSI hand sanitizer. So you're going to get that to anybody that gets a gift from the Roof Dawn at Roofing Supply Incorporated. Yeah, I think that Lee has got it coming, but I mean, I also don't see how Lee's training, but I just feel like Lee is just
he's been doing the boxing, and then I think he got into the jiu-jitsu. I went to a gym with him. I think his coach was Billy. The guy actually was really good. So I don't, you know, but I think that the stamina, I think that Dmytry definitely is going to have more stamina. I think he's been training hardcore a lot longer than Lee has.
Yeah.
I think physically he's going to be stronger. I think Lee has the reach.
I mean, but maybe.
I don't know. They're similar in height, similar in weight.
I just don't think Lee has the power to rock.
I don't think he has the heart. So I think it comes down to heart. And Dmytry's been fighting, you know. Yeah. And I think that he's a Russian.
Like, let's just be honest. Like, Russians are really fucking tough, you know. This dude cuts holes in the ice in his pool in Minnesota.
That was the next thing I was going to say. The mental,
in the winter,
bro.
And he does ice plunges in his pool like it's
emotion.
No tomorrow.
I think that Dmytry is going to
do emotion,
controlling his emotion.
I don't think so.
His focus is going to be.
I think that'll be the only thing. If Dmytry loses, I don't think he will. But if Dmytry loses, that'll be his downfall.
So, do you think that somebody's going to get knocked out, or you think it's going to the decision?
I think Dmytry will rock Lee. I really do. I think that Lee's going to try to. I've watched Lee fight, so I've been watching Lee's fights. And Lee's a roofer, right? He's not a professional fighter. So, when you compare Lee to, boxers, it's kind of comical. And this isn't, you know, I like both of the guys. Like, let me make that very clear. The reason why I think this is fucking retarded is because I like both of these men, and I've followed both of these men, and I've learned from both of these men, right? So I find this very childish. I just want to throw that out there. But I just don't, from Lee's fights, I just don't, I see him running around and like really, he's unprotected. So like he throws his arms out and he's got long reach. He's got long arms and he throws these long arms, bro. But then like he's unprotected in that reach. And the last fight that I watched, that's where his opponent just said, and he was down. It was fucking immediately. He hit the ground. So if Lee is not careful, I told you I was going to knock that fucking book down. If Lee's not careful with protecting himself, especially mainly his face, he's going to get knocked the fuck out. And I do think it'll be a knockout. And if he's not knocked out, he's going to roll around on the floor like he did the last time. It's just my opinion.
Well, at least we agree on Dmytry winning. We do agree on that. Let's talk about some AI. How are you using AI in...
Cyrus Field said, yes, he's humble, born and raised here in Houston, Texas.
Texas. What?
His wife, Kayla Field, says hello. Hello, Kayla. Thank you so much for coming along. Got Sarah, my wife, as well. I love that the wives are watching. I'm going to go ahead and display. Mike says, who wants $100?
Who wants it?
Right? Cyrus, I believe you said you wanted it. Let's give it to your wife. So let's have your wife comment in, share the stream, and you'll be the proud owner of a $100 gift card. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that, and I'm not going to the fight either. Like, unless the law firm says, all right, let's jump in the jet and go see this retarded fight,
No, I don't think I'm going to go to it either, but
I'm not supporting it.
It's just, I definitely, I can't wait for it to happen. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'd love to sponsor Dmytry, have him have a flag waving when he goes out to the ring. But definitely, I'm not going to go to Atlanta to go watch them fight. So how are you using AI? Let's talk about AI real quick.
So I use AI. I'm sharing this live stream and like everywhere. You hear that?
I do. Let me share it. So let's share.
We're giving away $10,000, ladies and gentlemen. So bear with me real quick. $10,000 worth of prizes here.
Some people on here to give away some.
No shit. Yeah. We're only giving away what we can.
I mean, we gave away the $100 though. So make sure that she gets with me. And that's from Taylor Grant, Bellabord Claims.
Kayla Fields, please. There is I will highlight the name here. Kayla, please reach out to this name right here, Mike Abernathy. He's got the $100. Cyrus, please send me your the business address and your home address. I'm going to send a book for the team, and then I'm going to send one for you as well. You guys already have a bunch of the swag, but if you want me to send you some of the swag, I could do that as well. AI. I used AI for the creation of the title for this podcast, for the introduction for this podcast. I use it for post ideas. I use it for You want to hear a secret?
I do like secrets.
Here, come here. Let me tell you a secret.
Just
I
text
use
it
it
to
for
me.
my reels.
Oh, how are you doing that?
So there's multiple different platforms out there. One of them is Opus Clips. Now, there's like free Opus Clips, there's upgraded Opus Clips, there's like premium and then premiere. Myself and a couple of the people that I know have the premiere version, but I'm the only one that's figured out the dirty details. I can edit like an absolute master fool, dude. So I produced a reel yesterday. Super hilarious. I mean, so it was the spray from Chuck Allen, and we're talking about the spray, and I'm like, and it's hilarious. It was just a hilarious reel. That reel was compiled by AI, and then I edited it, and then the AI compiled it again, and then sent it to me. So that's just one way, but I use ChatGPT like all day, every day. You use ChatGPT?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll do it for email templates. I'll be like, hey, give me 10 email templates. And I will say how many words that I want. And I will tell them what I'm trying to accomplish. Like, I want to get on your vendor list.
Right.
And then I'll just go through that and I'll revise it. And then you can use them as test emails, test your subject lines. Want to be testing a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, definitely you use it for helping writing. I'm not really using it in the video world. There are a couple spots that I've seen it. I just feel like with social media that the more original the content is from the cell phone itself,
Yeah.
the further it's going to go.
That's where you'd
It
be wrong.
seems like every high quality video, and the more that I try to mess with it, it doesn't do as well.
So there's dual fold. You are right, and then you're wrong. And I didn't really get this until yesterday, so I wouldn't have had the same response yesterday. The algorithm looks for things that are as less transitioned as possible. But if you have clean transitions and it's engaging, right? It's super engaging, then it's going to distribute. But here's the thing. AI is so advanced now that there are certain algorithms that just don't pick it up. And one of them is Google. So, yeah, you may get blocked on something on, say, TikTok. But if you create on TikTok, there is a button that you can press that says that AI has had some sort of involvement on it. So it's like AI created content, right? That way it can, because there's AI created shit that's viral all the time. You hear it all the time. You see it all the time. 5 clean ways, to get a haircut or whatever, right? And you constantly see this stuff. Perfect. Thank you so much. Again, Caleb, reach out directly to Mike Abernathy. Mike will get that gift card sent over directly to you.
Do they do commercial roofing? Ask them what they do. Do you guys do commercial roofing?
They're branching into it, so we're going to be doing some trainings with them.
So I'm going to give away some of my classes. So I have a class online on how to find storm created openings.
Okay.
So if you want that, comment commercial in the comments, and I'll get with you and get you some passwords on that. And then I also have a class on how to overcome, can I get an estimate? This is typically with residential insurance claims. Totally different. If you guys don't give estimates, like you're missing the boat and you'll never make it in the commercial space. I promise you that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's required. Most of the bylaws require them to get 3 estimates. So you're going to have to, you should learn that price doesn't sell anything that you do, and gross is a mindset. So just because you're the, the middleman or the high man, I mean, you can be the cheapest, but I try never to be the cheapest. Um, price doesn't sell deals. So if you guys want a commercial class, comic commercial, I'll hook you up with that also.
Yeah, so there are
I'm gonna give 10 of those away. So that's like $5,000 right there. And I'll give 10 of the other one away too.
so there are comments that I just don't see over here. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching right now, Tim Brown commented, wait, is it a rigged giveaway? LOL. My logo is on the ring. Wait, what ring?
Yeah, so he's sponsored. So Tim actually, so whoever the fighting group,
yeah.
he actually paid them and sponsored. So I'm looking to sponsor Dmytry himself, just waving a flag. That's what I want to do. Or maybe a badass, like, remember those
Alan
robes they
Foster.
wore?
Alan Foster reached out, said commercial. Alan Foster, please reach out directly to Mike Abernathy.
What
Mike
up,
Abernathy
Alan?
will get you hooked up with the proper logins for that training. Scott
Talking about
McIntyre
marketing.
says, "F yeah, I've been
Tim?
winning lately. How can I use it to streamline my business?"
Oh
AI,
boy, that's a great question. So
yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
the AI, like, depending on what you're going to do, but you can do like a digital business card that goes straight to your CRM, that you can have AI read an email, see that it's an invoice, go to the proper place in your CRM, all go back, link it all to QuickBooks, but you can actually teach AI to read documents and
Yeah.
to, you know, do whatever.
There's
You
a
can do
there
whatever
is
you
a
want.
okay, so there's emails, there's phone calls, um there's email like actual email campaigns, right? So they email out AI, and then someone responds, and then there's a generator response for that as well. It gets so nitty and gritty. There's pretty much every aspect to business. There is some sort of AI that has been created to be able to help that. But um has anybody watched this Creator movie? It's called The Creator. Did you watch it, Mike?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, this Creator movie is like it's a movie to desensitize the public. It's my point of view. It embodies these droids that are artificial intelligence. They've got like this hole through their head, which is weird. It's got like some mechanics or what have you, so you can tell that they're not human because they've got this like little hole in their head. Anyhow, so this AI, they've actually made this AI, and it's left the lab. It has walked to the game, purchased tickets, Chargers game, went into the stadium, sat, watched the Chargers game. This is all recorded content that they're getting off of these droids ultimately, and then returned back to the lab. The only reason that that is being produced like that is to desensitize the public. So in the next 10 years, I envision that you're going to go into Waffle House, and instead of, your normal waitress, you're going to have a waitress, but it's going to be AI. And it's not going to be this weird, like, like it's going to be a person. Go watch the Creator movie. It's what it is, man. It's what it is. It's weird. It's weird shit. It's weird shit. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it's going to change all aspects of life, and I think that you should definitely explore AI and learn about it. like it or not, it's coming. And you need to learn what the
I think that,
possibilities are.
yeah, I think that the best advice that I could give you, Scott, is uh, to learn prompts. So go ahead and pay for the Chat GPT 4. And I think it's like 120 a year or something like that. And then like pay to learn some prompts. Like there's some really smart individuals out there that write prompts to the AI, because it's all about how you communicate with that AI is like the best result that you're going to get from it. So let's just say, for instance, I have certain prompts that I've written personally. I'm not saying that I'm some super guru, but I've tailored these prompts to help me write an introduction, a podcast title, an introduction, and a 25-point questionnaire for every single podcast that I do. And so these are things that I can sit back and study, what have you. Obviously, is not what I did today because I'm on the cell phone, but also, it's kind of crazy. I'm finding out that there's a lot of stuff that I'm not seeing on the live stream. So now that I know that, I'm going to put in some report to StreamYard. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and give away this next sales survival guide from Adam Bensman. So please reach out into the comments. And when you reach out in the comments, say Adam in the comments. And then I need you to go like, share, and subscribe. So like this post, this stream, share the stream, and then go subscribe to Roofing on the Rise podcast. And I will give you this book, a Roof Dawn Stress Cube, and then some other Roof Dawn RSI swag. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam, so type that in and we will get that over to you.
Back to the AI. If you can also use it, and you can have a bot create it that will do like a Google search, and you can put in what exactly you're looking for. So I've used it in the past, like commercial brokers, commercial real estate, and within 30 minutes, based upon the parameters, it will get you a list and put it in a file for you: names, addresses, telephone numbers, employees, if they're Google approved, their ratings, their social medias, all of it. And then you can take that data, and then you can import it in different ways: direct mail, email campaigns, voicemail drops too. I think our industry, a lot of people aren't using voicemail drops. I would utilize voicemail drops. You can use that on news storms. You can use that on cold outreaches, but also you can use that as follow-up with your people that you already have. And I think one of the biggest reasons why people aren't getting the referrals that they want to get is because they just don't ask for it. Every time you touch a client is an opportunity to get a referral. So I would use the voicemail drops. Hey, this is Mike with the customer care department with XYZ Roofing, and we just wanted to touch base to make sure that your gutters aren't clogged up. And by the way, if you know anybody that needs our help, we're here to help. Like, just stay in front of them. Wish them a Merry Christmas. Just always stay in front of them, asking for the referrals. And then if you're doing more than roofs, it's an opportunity to upsell. Maybe you're doing solar, maybe you're doing painting, siding, windows, anything like that. But the lifespan of the roof, like, it's short. Like,
bro, have you seen that guy that, like, he's a concrete guy, and he's on TikTok, he's all over the place. He's like, if I gotta go an hour out of my way, upcharge. And it's like, and it like slows down, upcharge, like every single time. It's like, okay, well, no electricity, upcharge, like I gotta dig an extra inch, upcharge. It's freaking hilarious, dude. You gotta be able to upcharge, bro. Like, somebody told me yesterday, or like, I didn't close a deal, but I did a change order for like $200,000. I was like, bro, that's more than a lot of people close in like a month or two sometimes. I know some smaller companies that they close one or two a month, and they've got a lot going on. And then I know people that close like a lot of business. Just kind of depends upon the person, really. Again, ladies and gentlemen,
Who's on here? What we got going on here?
we're looking to give away this book.
Carson, I'm giving away my commercial class. So, you, my friend, if you want it, type in the comments commercial.
In the comments. It's got to be in the comments here. Ladies and
How to
gentlemen,
find storm created openings on low smoke roofing systems, reverse engineer.
oh, I'm a member of the Houston Club now. I really like that. So if you're in Houston or in Texas and you're like, yo, I want to go hang out with the roof on, just give me a holler. We'll go downtown, we'll go up 49 floors, and we'll go hang out at the Houston Club. It's a really nice, laid back spot. And there's really cool art. And man, it's just an awesome ambiance. You know, George Bush Sr. was a member. And it's been around for a long time, since the 1800s.
Do they have good food?
Their steak is actually comparable to Mastro's.
You're speaking Spanish to me. Nobody knows what that is.
So I would say like the top, Vic and Anthony's, I would say the top rated steakhouses, the steak is pretty darn comparable. It is really, really good. I've ordered a steak every time that I've sat down. I mean, I've had like 4 meals already there, and I've been a member for 2.5 days or 3 days. So that'll tell you a little bit about it. I freaking love it. But ladies and gentlemen, we gotta skip on to the next subject here. Black shingles. Okay. So we talked about black shingles with Steve Martin. So if you were paying attention to that podcast, it was 2.5 hours long. It was a super, super in-depth podcast about black shingles, why they're black. But this is a big conspiracy, okay? So I'm about to blow the lid off of black shingles. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know why, Mike, that the manufacturers continue and push black shingles?
Well, I have an opinion.
What's your opinion?
My opinion is that it's the cheapest to make, and they fail the most often.
You are correct. So black shingles, in retrospect to the entire spectrum of shingles, every color, black is the number one failing shingle that's out there. Manufacturers, listen, Linda, listen. We're on to you. We know what's up. So I'm pushing, weatherwood, not black. Here's the thing. And I don't know all like the physiological data, right? But what I will tell you is that those shingles, especially whenever like they make a thicker nail line, when they make the thicker nail line, is there granules on that nail line? No. So what they did was they scraped those granules off. And not scraped, they just didn't install them there. And then they have from 5 other packages or whatever, 10, 15 packages, they've got a whole free package of shingle granules. So they're saving tons of money on packaging expenses, on the production cost, on the raw materials. So there's like a dual fold reasoning behind thickening a nail line, or the reasoning why in which that they, make the shingle blacker. You gotta like pay attention to these things. And nobody's really listening. Nobody's looking at these things. Like, I installed this black shingle and then they're calling me back, 10, 15 years later, and we're wondering why. I mean, do some research on the product that you're installing. It takes a lot. Now I get that you install black shingles because the homeowner asks for black shingles. But we have to condition that client and educate them. We have to let them know that these shingles, these manufacturers, they ain't loyal. You gotta change things up. You got to give them what you believe is going to be longevity. And if not, maybe you have a turn and burn model. I get it. It's not a big deal. When you're going to call back, you're going to save the day. But if you want a lifelong client that's going to refer you to a million different people out there, then you probably want to do right by that client. And so if you haven't seen the Steve Martin episode, we go over black shingles. I'll add a link to this later. Now, I shared this in a million different spots.
It seems like after every storm, the one color that they do have, hurricanes, hailstorms, is black.
It's black.
But another conspiracy that I think that these
Scott McIntyre says because they sell
warranty,
it's so hard to see damage on the black shingles.
It is tougher.
I mean, it's not untrue, right?
It's tougher.
It's what?
It's definitely tougher to see.
Oh yeah,
damage on a black shingle. I mean, it's black on black on black.
Most definitely. I mean, it is really hard to, I'm thinking back to my tenure, my career as a roofing contractor, and trying to find, think about this, that's those dots for the numeral there is they're white, and they're white on a red background.
Bro, I don't got my glasses. I can't see that.
So you can see it. Those little dots, dude. Do you see those little dots?
I'm looking at a black shingle right now looking for hail. I don't see nothing.
Oh, black shingles.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Zero.
Good point. Good point. There's no dots.
Oh.
There's 3 of them. Scott
says, I also think that another conspiracy is the warranties that these manufacturers, if you have sometimes it talks about feces on a roof. Can you imagine having an exclusion in your warranty because a bird shit on your roof?
Yeah.
So if you read through them, they're really
Scott,
smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors. I think that the manufacturer themselves, they have to separate themselves and choose to do the morally correct thing.
They're not. They never will.
I think that the liability.
I don't even think Malarkey or Atlas, which are these super, and I'm gonna give you my opinion. Fucking religious. All of them are. Every single manufacturers, they're all religious on their own shit. They all drink their own Kool-Aid, and it's they bleed their color, right? If it's BP, they bleed blue. If it's GAF, they bleed red. If it's Owens Corning, they bleed pink. And it's dude, your shit stinks too. I mean, if it didn't, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to bash everyone, but I'm just saying, we know what's up, bro. Scott McIntyre says he loses more with insurance companies on black shingles than any other shingle.
Yeah.
I am very sorry, Scott. That is a travesty.
Get yourself a microscopic camera, though. If you're not using that microscopic camera, that will help. But it is definitely difficult on the black.
My wife has one of those.
They're awesome, bro. It's awesome. I mean, I've ran into situations before where the clients had a cosmetic exclusion on the shingles, bro.
Why does my wife need a mic? Anyway, go on.
Where's Chuck at? Is Chuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, where is Chuck at? Chuck Allen, are you still on the broadcast? Chuck was supposed to call in today. Still waiting on that call-in. Let's see.
I just tagged him in the chat. I'm not sure if that works.
Maybe. I went ahead and sent him a text message as well. We are ready, ladies and gentlemen. Cyrus Field, try to find hail on a BP black shingle. Blackest black, in my opinion. Oh my gosh. It is seriously.
Let's talk about some commercial products. Let's give something away. Let's give something away. Is it your turn or my turn?
Tim Brown's watching. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Brown's. What's the shingle with hail warranty? What's that shingle with hail warranty? Ladies, listen, Linda, listen. The warranties that the insurance, or not, excuse me, the insurance, the manufacturers push are almost non-warranties. It's like, hold on.
Mirror.
Yeah, it's a fucking fugazi. It's a fugazi. It's fucking non-existent. Like, it's a fucking figment of your imagination. It doesn't exist.
That fine print is really fine.
It doesn't. You're not going to get your warranty. And like, ladies and gentlemen, you may get your warranty paid for, but it's probably not going to be what you thought it was going to be.
Who on the chat right now has ever filed a warranty claim? Shingles, TPO, Modbit, it doesn't matter. Who's filed a claim on a product and the manufacturer has paid out like they were supposed to. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I personally never experienced it. It's never went good for me. What about you?
Never.
And I'm a baby. I've only been doing this, 5-6 years. So
let's see.
So you've been doing this 20.
Chuck, are you there? Hold on, Chuck. Hold on, Chuckster. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Allen.
Oh.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can. Let's do a little sound check. Test 1, 2.
All right. Yeah, yours sounds kind of crappy on my end, but I can understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Are you sure that's just not him?
Can you hear me?
Mike, can you hear him? Ladies and gentlemen.
Mike can hear me.
I can hear you. What's up, Chuck? How's it going today?
Oh, okay. Mike can hear me. I'm on like a weird delay over here. I'm watching you guys, and it's like 15-second delay. So I'm waiting for Mike to respond, but he's just looking blankly at the thing, and I'm like, oh, does he hear it?
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna refresh this real quick so I don't have this problem.
This is the first time I'm taking on a phone caller. Thank you so much for calling in. Chuck, you know, we've had about 3 or 4 podcasts together. And we actually did a really, really good and trending podcast last week. We're giving away some swag. We're giving away books. We're giving away all kinds of stuff. What are you looking for today? What are you trying to win today, Chuck?
$10,000? That's what I was told was the giveaway.
He goes, I was told there was $10,000 worth of TPO, and if I don't get $10,000 worth of TPO, if I don't win, if you don't rig this and let me win.
It doesn't even have to be TPO. Just $10,000. I'll be good.
Just give me a stack, bro. Just send the stack.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, he's disqualified because he's on the show now.
Honest,
So now
I
he
feel
can't
like I've
win
already
anything.
won. I'm here. This is the second consecutive appearance in a row of me on Roofing on the Rise, as you stated. Last week we had a epic episode that was, very well received. So here we go. I'm living the dream over here. I've already won, even if I don't win.
So what do you think about the fight?
What do I think about what fight?
The Lee Dmytry fight.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you what I think about the fight. I think it is a exhibition boxing match. It's like 3 1-minute rounds. Like, nobody's going to kill anybody. Nobody's going to get like massive brain damage. It's not going to be like, fighting to the death in the Roman Colosseum. I think we're making a lot out of it. And I think a lot of people are probably going to be disappointed just based on the expectations. I don't know. I don't foresee there being knockouts or anything like that. I think it's going to be disappointed just exactly what it's prescribed to be, which is entertaining for the folks in the industry to ponder and bet money on, and whatever else we want to do about it. But I think it'll be cool. I'll watch it. I'll watch the pay-per-view.
You think it's appropriate?
I think it's all in good nature. I mean, I don't think it's in good nature. That's not the right term.
Yeah.
I think that,
most definitely not nurture either.
No,
I mean, it could be in good nature because we are beasts. So, I mean, our primal instincts.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure. To me, I just think it's two guys that are going to do something. It's going to garner a lot of attention, and hopefully at the end they shake hands and team up to do something to make the industry a little bit better.
You think they will?
Got the attention of the industry, though.
Not.
You think they will?
Mike said no. To me, I don't know. I think that in business, in life, never say never.
Yeah.
Collaborations can happen and things like that.
Right.
I know that when I walked into Lee's office, the first thing I saw was the copy of Dmytry's magazine that has Lee on the cover of it. So, it's not something that hasn't happened in the past.
Right.
Why not? Right. I mean, I would like to hope that we can all get along at some point.
Chuck, you have a really good take at it, and I respect it as well. You took the time out of your life to go down and help Lee with the conference, and y'all did a podcast, and y'all did a giveaway too. I respect going down there because there was already friction in the air, right? And you took it upon yourself to say, well, I didn't have that experience with Lee, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. And I respect that because I don't see that from really many people out there, right? Especially in the public eye, And so I applaud you for that, going out there and working with them. And I will say, I don't like the tactics of a sales team. We ran into that. His sales team, tried to call me, sell me some tickets, and you're my boy, bro. Like I told him, and he didn't get it. And I was like, listen, bro, you're a slimy piece of shit. You're sitting here trying to steal a friend of mine's commissions, and I won't stand for it.
Hey, I mean, but at this point, are you really paying for tickets? I mean, I can't remember the last ticket that I paid for at a conference.
I mean, okay, hold on, but hold on, but you're in a different, you're like, okay, you're an affiliate, like you, not an affiliate of the conference, but you do affiliate.
Sometimes I do,
right? You're a roofer, but you do some affiliate marketing. So with that, people are going to want to take you. Trust me. I haven't paid for a ticket.
I went
for
out to one of
a while.
Lee's events in Miami, actually a couple of them, and he had me help him out and run the door. I actually had one of the best speaking opportunities of my career on his stage. I mean, Bradley was there, Ed Milet. Yeah, it was great. I was on the commercial panel. Got to talk about commercial, gave some of my insights on how I got started in my first commercial job. I mean, it was great. It was a great experience. But I don't think that they're going to do anything. But Chuck, so are you doing any commercial?
I want to do more commercial for sure. I'm not doing as much as I would like. I'm just kind of getting back into the roofing side of things. So my goal this time around is to do fewer jobs for more money. And I think that commercial is a great way to make that happen, right?
We did. So Chuck came to Houston and we got on a commercial roof, and in the middle of that. So, yeah, I mean, commercials.
Statement.
Yeah,
Well,
I
Chuck,
mean,
I'll give you. I've got a class on how to find storm created openings on low slope, EPDM, PVC, gravel rock ballast, mod bit, like all of it, all the low slope membranes, and how to reverse engineer it. So I'll give you that class. It's not quite the 10,000 that you were looking for. It was 10,000 total. That was the goal,
I
Chuck.
bet it's
Right?
going to be worth 10 million, so that's
And
better,
I mean,
right?
it could be. And then I also have a class. You probably don't need this, but maybe you can give it to a sales guy or something. But how to overcome? Can I get an estimate? It's mainly for residential insurance.
I'll go
claims.
to that class. I'm always looking to learn more things.
Yeah, I'll get you the
as much
passwords.
education as you can get. No such thing as too much, right?
I believe
And
in
then
that.
if you need help on
Unless
any
it's
of that stuff,
chocolate.
on putbacks or I think what's really important in the commercial space is you have to know your numbers.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about a lot of people recently doing bad in the commercial space and losing money. And I don't understand it. So, I mean, you pre-cap every job. So you know what your labor is going to be. You should know that going in. And then you should add a little bit per square on top of that. Just a little bit. Maybe like $5, $10. But you should have a labor price. You should know exactly what it's going to be to remove what's there. You should do a core test so you should know what's there and to put back. Now, change orders, if we have to put decking, you should know what that's going to cost per sheet. And then the price. So the put back, like when your sales guys are selling it, for instance, if your sales guy sells a job with the NDL and maybe it requires they sell a 2-inch hell warranty with that. Well, there's a certain application. So you have to know that application and you have to know the components for the putback. And if you don't know those components, you're going to miss out on things. You might need to get to a certain R value, get to an R30, you need 5.2 inches of ISO. So maybe like going through, and if you don't know it, there's plenty of people that will help. Like in my experience, I went to the city. I had, this was my first big commercial job, had an asphalt roof. It was a big gym. Well, it's true vaulted ceiling. So churches, cabins, things like that. 2x6 tongue and groove vaulted ceiling. Well, asphalt has to breathe. So how do you do that if the decking is the inside ceiling? Well, it's a cross vent system. So I go to the city official and I say, hey, listen, I know we have to get to a certain art value. I don't know what that is. We want to make sure we build everything properly. Can you help me out? And he pulls out the IECC book. This is my first year in the business. I never even heard of that. Energy code, if you guys don't know what that is. So you have to get to an R30. So we put on what's a cross vent system. So that's the ISO with EPS strips with CDX glued, and there's an air strip in between there for the shingles to breathe. And then there's custom drip edge with a soffit vent that allows it to breathe up, and then you can put your box vent in or ridge vent. But going and asking people for help, I think that there's enough people and there's enough information online that, and then adding, 5% in for error. Like I always add an extra 5% for error. And I don't see how you can lose on if you properly pre-cap a job on commercial.
Cyrus Fields reached out, said, our guys need that. Can I get an estimate class? The new guys can't grasp the objections.
Which class is he talking about?
He's asking for the objection class.
We're going to help you out, buddy. Your team's going to understand how to overcome that objection after this class. I can promise you that, my friend. Hopefully that was acceptable there, guys. I wanted to be a part of the giveaway every year.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Of course, bro.
Chuck, well, you got some swag or something? I'll take a hat.
I don't have any swagger at the moment, but I'll get you some stuff for sure.
He's got that.
I will definitely get you some swag.
I don't know. Marquise is hating. He's saying that I can't win the giveaways. I mean, I was commenting on the book he was giving away. I was the first person to comment. I felt like
I'm sending you a book.
I mean, he's
I'm
talking
like, hey,
about
Mike,
I
you know
can't
what?
win
On
that.
behalf of the Keeping It Real podcast, you have won an Adam Benson book. I will send it courtesy of the Keeping It Real podcast.
Bro, can we get Adam
Yeah,
to sign the book? Like,
Can we
who
get
knows
Adam to sign it?
Can we get him to sign it?
We've both Chuck and I both have Adam on our podcast. I don't think Adam has been on any other podcast besides ours.
Maybe Joe
You
Rogan.
guys are special.
I don't even know.
Maybe Joe. But yeah, I mean, I'll reach out and see if I can't get some signed copies. I've given away probably 15 or 20 of these books already. So maybe we can make that happen. I don't know. Maybe we can make that. Somebody tag Adam Bensman in the comments and see if he will.
Adam Bensman, he's probably one of the people that's currently watching. I'd be willing to bet.
I maybe, just maybe.
Probably got his family gathered around the television. It's Christmas weekend. Gather around, children. Roofing on the
Yeah,
Rise.
Chuck, appreciate you jumping on here on the holiday, on Christmas Eve. I mean, I think this is awesome. I want to give away some McGuire Roofing Products, some witches hats. Who does TPO? Want some witches hats? Comment witches hats.
Witches hats.
I love witches hats. I love witches hats. I'm not going to lie. One of my favorite roofing products of all time. I used to go back in the back warehouse and put them on and pretend that I was actually a witch back in the day. So
I just visualized that, Chuck.
Yes, it's true. P&W Roofing Supply in Columbus, Ohio.
Let's go.
The next podcast I do, I'm gonna wear a witch's hat. This is awesome. Thank you for the inspiration. I appreciate that.
It's freaking great. All right, so I think we should talk about sustainability in today's market. Do you guys think that the way in which shingles are made and distributed is a sustainable model? Do you think that we're going to have enough shingles with the next storms that we're going to be getting?
I do, as a matter of fact. And I think that some of the new innovations are going to make it easier to have availability of shingles. I think putting rubber and plastic into them is going to help minimize some of the asphalt that's being used. And I think, there's always going to be shortages. Let's just be honest. That's how this works. That's how the pricing is driven. If there's not enough and everybody needs it, then it's going to cost more. And I've never seen pricing go down in my 25 years in the industry.
Never.
So
Never.
We shall see. But I think there always ends up being enough at the end of the day, right? So I think we've been bamboozled for years, and we should be paying $30 a square. It is what it is.
It just keeps going. It never stops. What is up with this?
There's always going to be a shingle shortage, and we can blame it on COVID. We can blame it on the storms. We can blame it on whatever we want. But it is the art of war, supply and demand. Whoever controls the supply controls everything. So it's the art of war. There will always be a shingle shortage. There's never going to be enough shingles available.
There will never be.
Holla at your boy.
There will never be a shortage of roofed on love, though.
Oh, I can love it.
Okay, let's talk about that. You don't have to tell everyone.
No, I'll tell everybody. I've never shared where that comes from. So
Mike, share, because if you're on Facebook or Instagram, you've probably seen Mike comment on one of your posts. Like, Mike's pretty much everywhere, just a lot of us.
I love the one-liners, the taglines. So if you're not using it, I have several.
I love it.
I can love it is one of them. Somebody say commercial. Like, I have several. Stop bitching, start doing. But
I like that one.
I can love it. It comes from my son. So my son was a very late speaker. And he would say, I can love it instead of I love you, I love it. And so that comes from my son, who's slow to speak, a little bit of learning disabilities there, but uh, the world needs more love. So the comment I can love it, it's really just me trying to spread more true love. Like when I comment on your feed, I can love it. I know the comments help your algorithm,
Yeah.
and it's coming from a place of love and gratitude and joy, and it's an expression that comes from my son.
Do
So it
you?
means the world to me, and I'm just expressing that and giving that back, putting that back out into the universe.
I think
And the
this is a beautiful
power
thing.
of commenting. I mean, everybody's all about
Mm.
these views,
Yeah.
and how much attention are we getting? It's important, but I think a lot of people miss the importance on engaging on other people's posts. And when you say the same thing, I don't care if it's I can love it, whatever your tagline may be,
Yeah.
and you say the same thing on Marquise, Chuck Allen's, Dmytry, Lee, Becca, Deshaun, whoever, John, like whoever's post, and all those people, they're reading the comments, especially if
Right.
there's a lot of engagement. And guess what? They're seeing your same comment every
Yeah.
single time. So the I can love it. It comes from my son, and it's dear to my heart. And I think that the world needs more love and kindness and empathy. Um,
If
so
if someone
that's
else
it.
were to use that, like do you encourage them to use
Oh
that
yes,
phrase?
I love seeing it, bro. I love
Okay.
seeing it. I
Okay. And it's
remember,
just a respect thing, right? Like
yeah.
that's like your tagline, right? So I just want to make it clear, for everyone watching, right? I'm gonna direct this question a little bit better. Mike, would you enjoy seeing the masses use that line?
Oh,
I can love
absolutely,
it.
absolutely. And eventually, like he's really not into the entrepreneur space right now. I
Yeah.
think he will. He is more like me in a lot of ways, but eventually that is going to be a t-shirt line for him that I'm going to
Ooh.
start, and I will share the story.
Mm.
But that will be something that he can do. But yes, I think that the love, like spread the love, like make love, not war, right? Like,
Ooh.
let's go, baby.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, you do live in Colorado.
I mean, you can say it. I can love it.
Yeah. I can love it.
Chuck, can
Yeah,
you love it?
I can.
I would like to say for the record, I actually do love it. I not can, I do.
I do love it. I love that. That is awesome. Yeah, I want to, that was, that was something that we talked about, Mike, and for the audience, besides this last week, because this last week was really crazy, every day almost I have spent with these two gentlemen over an hour every day on the phone. Generally Chuck is one of those guys. Chuck and Mike both are one of those guys in the morning that gets a phone call from me first. And namely Chuck, because I know Chuck is out, walking or in the gym or what have you. And he'll stick an ear pod in and talk to me while he's doing his planks or doing his crunches. So Chuck, I value your friendship. I really do appreciate you. And I appreciate you, always being there for like, you know, a helping hand and someone to listen to. And Mike, the same way, bro. Like, you know, I've been able to get to know you a whole lot better here in the last few months, but really in the last month, 2 months, we've connected on a different level. And, I want everyone else here to know that like these gentlemen are approachable. He was just talking about love and his son, Mike was, and that origin story of that phrase, I can love it, know that he's approachable. Because sometimes when you see someone in the social media space and they put out a lot of content, I think it's a misconstrued idea that we're too busy to talk to you. And none of us are. We value, other friends and other relationships. So understand that these men are awesome guys. And dude, both of you guys, thank you so much for your friendship.
Are you going to end the program here, Marquis?
No, I'm just saying, like, from the bottom of my heart, like, I value your friendship, like, it's an important thing to me. It really is. And that's why
we appreciate you too.
I'm not going to get on here and say the things, that we do, but like, Chuck, we do some pretty random stuff, right? Like, and I love it. I love the relationship that we have. And that stuff, is a memory in my, like a book, that I can sit there and think about constantly. But I'll tell you what, the reason why I'm saying this is because, there's so much hatred out there right now, and there's so much negativity and drama online and in our space that I just, I wanted to piggyback off of Mike, and I just wanted to fill it with a little bit of love.
Appreciate that. Very quickly, may I share a story, Marquis?
You can.
I'm really upset that I'm not on camera for this story because I think it would add to the element, but
damn it,
here's
Mike.
what I'd like to discuss.
Damn it, Mike.
Last week,
you're
Marquis,
right.
you and I were we were on Roofing on the Rise.
Yes, sir.
And Marquis was talking about people that he'd like to have as guests on Roofing on the Rise, which was Lee Hay, I think it was Raymond Little, and
I'm just gonna take my fucking earphones off. I'm just.
So
I know where this is going.
Yeah. So Marquis mentioned, these folks, and I, in passing, was like, hey, I would like to have some of those folks on my podcast as well. And I offered to attempt to make that happen without the use of a direct message. And I think that Marquis and I had a little bit of potentially a wager. I don't know. I don't remember. But I just would like to announce that I did, in fact, win that bet. And that I will have Becca Switzer on January 15th. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity, Marquis. Because of you, this has happened. So thank you to Roofing on the Rise. Thank you to RSI. Thank you to West Group. Thank you to everybody involved. Thank you to Mike. Mike, we were talking about this episode today when that whole thing happened. So there you go.
Okay. I'm going to say it for the record because I feel like this is what you're pushing towards. But you won.
That was all.
You won.
Speaking of backup, let's give away something right now.
All right.
Adam who we got
book.
on there.
This is the last one. Last Adam Bensman book.
Well, hold on a second.
Hey.
I feel like Mike has something else.
Becca said that she was going to give away something. So Becca does have something that she's going to give away. So if you're on the feed right now, comment Becca and I will get you with her. But she's got a little gift that she's going to get. I have to put my glasses on and look at her message. She wasn't able to call in today, but she does have something she's going to give away.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's traveling.
So comment Becca, comment Adam. I mean, you comment Mike, comment Marquis. But no, comment Adam, comment Becca, and you will receive Becca Switzer. What exactly is Becca giving away?
It's in my message. I don't remember. Hold on one second. Let me see what she said.
This is another gift, though. It's going to have an unlimited potential.
I mean, it's a surprise. Who doesn't?
There you go. Surprise from Becca Switzer. Ladies and gentlemen, comment Becca, comment Adam. Last Adam Bensman book here we've got. My wife, she goes to the parcel spot where we live. We live in a flat in the Woodlands, And she goes, dude, how many books did you order from Adam? And I ordered a nice little stack. That away,
1,000.
I can be a blessing. I am gonna reach out to Adam though, because I want some signed copies. I want to be able to give away this signed copies. I think that Mike, you made a very, very valid point about
All
the
right, so
copies.
here's this is what we got. So she's gonna give away 1 month of Monster Closer sales training, 2 calls, 45 minutes each, in a group setting
Ooh.
dedicated to sales training.
Ooh.
There you go, folks. Becca Switzer, appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much. Big shout out, Becca Switzer, Roof Sales Mastery. I'll say that Becca, whenever I was, and it doesn't matter, like any part of my career, whenever I was kind of like dealing with some shit and I needed some help. Like we all have that like black cloud, right? We're going to the next door or whatever, and then or we're going out to like sell and we're just like stumped. And it's like, oh, I forgot how to do my job like completely. I'd pull up Becca Switzer and I'd watch Becca Switzer on YouTube. And then the next person I'd be watching on YouTube is Adam Bensman. Those two people. And I know that's why, we wanted to have some involvement with these people. And we're very, very excited that, we've got something to give, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I think someone commented down here. Let's see.
What we got?
What do we got? We got Becca. Cyrus Fields. Cam needs Becca prize marquees. Becca. And then I think I just got a message directly to the Facebook. Let's see. No. Yeah, it was. All right.
Yeah, looks like I'm getting 2 books. One from you.
One from me, one from Keeping It Real podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
So,
exactly.
Do we want to talk about some?
Chuck's like, exactly.
In that book, I will sign it as Adam Bensman. You will get an autograph courtesy of me.
Oh my God.
Adam Bensman, I promise.
You're crazy, bro. Oh my God.
It will clearly say Adam Bensman in writing.
So
it won't be the Adam Bensman.
What new products are out there right now? Keep your eye out on.
I mean, AI. So AI is a big thing for me. I mean, I'm looking at the difference in between each AI for drones right now, and I'm not gonna exactly say why. But
for drones for hail damage or for measurements?
For hail damage and moisture technology. So there's already drones out there for heat and moisture, cold,
Thermal
right?
drones, yeah.
Thermal drones. But I also am looking for hail detection technology. So I'm looking for, ooh, that sounds like rubbing real bad.
I just think the hail detection, the anomalies,
yeah,
that they call them, I think that's why the carriers. Do you remember when Allstate was sending out the drone team?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think that there's enough there on the drones.
I think that it's changed a lot. Chuck, what do you think?
Well, it's very interesting. I think that there is enough. I think that when it's designed not to have enough, that it's a different scenario. And I have seen people, the evolution of drones over the last 5 to 6 years. I remember the first time I saw an Allstate adjuster that was there, that wasn't an adjuster, but was just a drone pilot that didn't know anything about the roof, and actually caused wind damage because he got down too close and he created a few shingles, which was great. But And to today, I haven't really followed it that much, but I know Steve Patrick, and he was telling me a little bit about the one that he has, which was, I think it's called Rooftop AI, and that it was basically that. So I'm interested in learning more about that technology. I'm interested in understanding more how that actually works. And I'm always open to, trying something and seeing if it's going to be something that'll be beneficial for me or not. But I definitely see the value in it. I think we're in a time period now where, as much as some of these guys hate to say this and they'll go on there and say you're not a real roofer, blah, 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 salespeople are not getting on the roofs as much as they used to.
Right.
It's a different game. We have roofer reports. We've got Eagle View. You don't have to get up there and hand draw and measure everything.
Right.
And people are being brought into the industry and taught that way. So
Right.
this is a need. It's something that we've got to have just in order to keep going as we are. So I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be the future. And I think the future is probably more now than I realized.
Right.
But hey, I'm all for it, man. If it keeps me from not having to climb on a 12-12 2-story to do a hail inspection, game
People
on.
get on those?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I have tarped 12-12s for Crest Exteriors,
yeah,
Victoria. So
career.
Nope,
not gonna do it. But you know what I mean? Like, people do.
I got on some really, really nasty ones. I sent someone up. They did they put in the anchors, and then I got up. I believe I have some photos of me inverted with my. I should have. I don't know why I did this, but I'm like inverted on the roof, like hanging down from the roof, like my hands are down towards the gutters. And I know what it was. When we were running the first few courses down at the Eve, it was hard to like stand, when you're nailing. If you nail, with a magnetic hammer, you kind of have to have like a this motion, right? It's not a this motion, it's a this motion. And so it's hard to have that motion, right, when you're like standing in this real awkward spot and you're already like this, so I have a photo with one of my crew members that I had on there. We were down in Victoria, or like one of those outward spots, and we were tarping for Crest Exterior. So I think I had a Crest Exterior shirt on, hat, maybe even like custom branded Crest Exterior felt too. Put on a lot of that stuff down after Hurricane Harvey. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of got off on those types of inspections for a little while, but as it was going, it stopped. But anyway, the whole question was drones and AI technology with finding it. They have Eagle View. Eagle View has this drone, and they took this drone that surveys overpasses and underpasses, and these drones have this incredible motion and field detecting technology, so that they know if there's a bridge pylon or what have you that they're about to come to, as well as up. So it actually flies up and around and underneath these overpasses. So I have some good confidence that that drone could do some good maneuvering. Now, I don't know if it could do that in Kingwood, Texas. There is a ton of trees. I don't know how well the drone is programmed, right? But I do know that you have to sign a bunch of documents to get this from Eagle View. And Eagle View is so confident in their drone and their technology that if it falls out of the sky and it hits a Rolls Royce, they're paying for it. And here's my thing. We're always looking at liability, right? Like that's the thing about business. We want to know what our liability is on this individual thing that we're doing. And when you buy a drone, and you upload technology to it. Let's just say Steve Patrick's Roof Hawk AI. I've seen it. I don't have anything negative to say about it, but I'll tell you that he's not going to take the bill if your drone falls out of the sky and hits a Rolls Royce or a Porsche or a Lamborghini or whatever, right?
I just don't know the actual benefit that you're getting from it. I mean, if they're not saying that it's hail damage, and whether it's Eagle View or Rook Hawk AI, it's an anomaly. So, what is the benefit of an anomaly?
Key bono. Who's the benefit? The policyholder. Policyholder benefits.
From what?
From the inspection.
From what?
So, though, is it based on now it's completely impartial, Mr. Mrs. Homeowner? Because I still don't believe it is. I still believe there's a human element in that determination.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's cool technology, but I don't see how it's a benefit. I mean,
there's a huge
what the benefit is.
I mean, are you gonna climb the 1212?
I don't need Rook Hawk AI. I can use my DJI, and I can get the photos.
Are you going to get on the 1212 though? That's the question.
I'm not, and I'm going to use.
But if you send a DJI
that I'm not paying for,
if you send a DJI, if you send a DJI in the air, you have to determine what it is. So, are you saying that you're smarter than AI?
No, what I'm saying is that the reports are anomalies, which aren't hail damage. So,
in your opinion?
No, that's not an opinion. That's fact. They're anomalies. If you,
it is an anomaly.
It's an anomaly.
You're saying that the anomaly is not hail damage.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they're saying that they're anomalies. They're not saying that it's hail damage. There's a difference.
Okay. So I think that's where we may disagree, right? So, and it, like go look at the Eagle View. Their whole video and text, like you could read the whole blog about it, right?
I think it's
give
great.
You sample reports. Like they give you sample reports so you can go through these reports and see what it looks like. I mean, of course, you're probably going to have some like footfall, but I would think that they have this technology trained to know what the difference between footfall and a hail hit is. It's just my thought. If it's at the edge of a shingle and it's not in the middle, what does not?
It all depends on who benefits the most from the AI and what the AI is going to actually do.
That's a good point.
I see Mike's point completely in this deal because it doesn't benefit the homeowner. You know, we still have to remember who's the innovator of this technology, right?
But if the client gets their property paid for, like I'm okay, and
if they do, that's awesome.
So here's the thing, though, it's what
are the odds of that?
I'd be curious. Well, has anybody in the chat ever used it? Like, who's used this? Like,
I have came across. And that's a good point, Mike, as well. I'm sorry to interrupt. There has been times that I've come on to adjuster appointments in places like Connecticut that have or had matching statutes. And so instead of me arguing with a adjuster about sending a drone in the air, it's a matching state. So if there's one or two shingles missing, they're going to approve the whole roof. So if it's damaged by hail and there's 3 shingles that are damaged and it's a 25-year shingle, the 25-year shingle does not meet their wind mitigation codes. It has to go up to a 30. So if there's a few that are damaged, it behooves me and the policyholder to not stop or fetter the process, because that adjuster is going to send it up in the air. And I've watched it happen. I've come early and they were already there took the drone down and we were switching. He's pulling his truck out. I'm pulling my truck in. Rolls down the window. It's approved. You'll see it in 5 to 7 days. Thank you, sir. On to the next one. So that's where I feel like the benefit is for the policyholder. Now, there's probably some really big downfalls too, pitfalls.
Well, and let me ask this as well. With that scenario that you just described,
Yeah.
how often are we getting the actual adjuster who can actually make that decision on the spot?
Good point. Good point.
That's the whole reason for having
Right.
the drone, to eliminate that, right?
I mean, that's a good point. So I did run into an issue in which that the adjuster came out, approved the damages, and then we got a denial. There's no reason we couldn't have walked on this roof. None at all. It was like 150, 200 squares. It was big. It was shingles right off the edge of a lake in Fairfield, Connecticut. And so off these lakes, they'd get micro burst and it'd like and blow these shingles off, right? So that's what we were dealing with. There were copper flashings. There's 5 or 6 chimneys in the house, and there's copper flashings around every one of them. The 3-in-1 pipe jacks were copper. I mean, you name it, the flashings on that roof was copper. And so it was a high ticket claim. It was a high ticket for the insurance company. And if the policyholder had to pay for it, it would definitely be a high ticket for him. And so they sent the drone up. The drone denied it, right? After saying that they approved it in person. So then they sent out another inspector. There were 2 inspectors that came out. There was a consultant, and I'm sure, Mike, you know what we're talking about with building consultants with commercial all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They send that out a lot. So they've sent out a building consultant. They sent out the adjuster. The building consultant and the adjuster got up on the roof. They separated at one time, and the adjuster walked around and seen the collateral on the ground, and then the adjuster got up on the roof while the consultant was already up there. The consultant and I had words, and not like we had words, but like we spoke about the claim. I told him what I was seeing. He disagreed. It's my ladder. I said, okay, you guys need to put a ladder up because I'm not going to sit here and run in circles with you again, right? It was already approved. Now you're coming out and you're denying it. So the long form of this is that I had to hold the feet to the fire with this claim, not with the adjuster in person, because the adjuster in person was very rude to me, ended up not wanting to speak to me at all. And the homeowner answered the door, says, you can speak to Marquise, and walks away. Now, this is a completely different state. This is not Texas, so it's completely different. I spoke to the adjuster and I said, hey, send me your estimate. We have no further things to discuss. Done. I immediately write a estimate in the, like, outside. I'm writing the estimate because I'd already had a written estimate and it was lower, and they didn't approve it. And then they came out and they spat in the homeowner's face and they crapped in his mouth and called it chocolate. And I said, I'm done. So I wrote up a higher estimate and I sent an email in the driveway. By the time I got home, there was an email from the carrier with an estimate $10,000 higher than the one that I asked for. Here's what was the deciding factor. That ultimately they had what they needed to approve the claim. They didn't approve the claim because they were trying to get away with it. And when their adjuster came out and shit the bed, they didn't want any heat for it. So the long form of this is, yes, it happens, but it depends upon the person that's dealing with that claim. You know, if you're good, you're going to get it approved. I'm not saying that everyone gets approved, but I'm saying that you got to have some smarts about you. You can't just roll over, you know, I encourage sometimes taking that drone inspection. Sometimes you get the approval, sometimes you don't. That's just me.
Chuck, what's a new product on your radar? What's a new product?
I have a couple of new products on my radar. I actually just got these EuroShield samples. I'm looking at that. I also have a new porcelain tile that's headed this way. And I don't remember what the name was. Iron something. Those are the two that I'm looking at the moment as far as that goes. And then really working on getting my roofer CRM set up for the technology side of things. Looking forward to some of the new things they're going to unleash here in January and how it's going to change the game a little bit.
I like that.
And I'm trying to read all these comments that Marquise has thrown up there too.
What is up with the CRM? I haven't seen that. What's that look like? What's the platform? Is it on its own platform, or is it on like Go High Level or Zoho? What's the platform?
It is, that's a great question. The only CRM I had any experience with prior was AccuLink, and it's nothing like AccuLink. But what I like about it is I'm not the smartest guy in the world when it comes to that stuff. And I can figure out how to go from the initial phase with the instant estimator, scan a code, click on this link, whatever, get your instant estimate today, all the way up through the entire process. And you can even do your invoicing, you can do your billing through it, you can accept payments through it, or you're going to be able to here in the near future. So all of the things that AccuLink had that I took advantage of is here. I think the real benefit is being able to just kind of apply everything into the one program. Your roofer report, you can even order it to order the report automatically, so it's ready to go. You can have your proposal basically locked up without even doing anything. So I think it's more it's more geared towards right now. I think smaller companies, that don't have a huge volume of jobs going through it, because they're still implementing a lot of the stuff that's going to go into it. But for someone like myself, I think it's absolutely perfect, and I think it's going to help eliminate, I hate to say it, but it's going to help eliminate like one or two sales reps just because of the automation process. So
what about the marketing side? I see, a lot of these softwares in our industry, they're more geared towards production and the workflows. What about the marketing side? Is it set up so you can do different marketing campaigns and target different clients? Like I can put in some keywords or something like that for commercial roofing. Realtor is going to be different than, a commercial business owner. You're going to go to them and you're going to prospect them differently. So those campaigns seem to be different.
You're not going to find that in that. It's not like it's not a job Nimbus CRM per se. It's roofer, right, Chuck? That's what we're talking about, is the roofer CRM.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not. You're not going to get like a marketing campaign off of the roofer. Now,
I think that's one of the biggest things that in our industry the CRMs do not have.
Yeah, I think they definitely need to. They need to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, my wife is blowing up my phone. We're right at time. I've got to get to church here. We do have a couple of things to give away left. Okay, so if you're out there, I still have one of these that you can have. And then I also have an Adam Bensman book that I would love to give out. Put Adam in the chat and I'll give this out to you. Or
and nobody wants it, I'll take it.
You're already getting one. You're getting two.
I'm getting two. I have somebody in the comments that's giving me theirs too.
You're getting an Adam Bensman autographed official copy.
Yeah.
And here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say is I want to write or I want to read the dedication to this, because this will get you some content about what the book like really dives into. Dedication. I dedicate this book to every soul in the roofing sales world, to those who accidentally found themselves in this exciting, weird career, for the people who have gone all in and bet on themselves, despite family and friends not supporting them. This book is for those who are about to embark on this journey, just got started, or those who are questioning why they are still in it after so many years. We are all united by an unspoken suffering because the world of roofing sales is unlike anything else, and no one outside it truly understands. I wrote this book to give that suffering, and maybe even your suffering, a voice and a meaning. I hope this book inspires you to live a thriving life in the roofing sales so you can smash your income goals and give every customer an amazing experience. Adam Benz, the roof strategist.
Awesome. Hey, before we get off here, I do want to touch on 2 products. Snow Grip, Austin. I think that that's a sleeper product.
For sure.
And McGuire Roof Products.
Absolutely.
Might be a little bias there. Specialize in low slope TPO.
So McGuire Roofing Product, based out of Louisiana, a completely different. It's a disruptor, and both of those products are McGuire and Snow Grip. I don't think Snow Grip gets near as much attention that it should, but Austin does a lot, man. He runs his own company, a roofing company. He does content. Dude is everywhere. I mean, events, all kinds of stuff. So it's hard. I know because I've spoke to him. You know, it's hard for him to wear all those hats. You know, there's rumblings about some partnerships there in the future, which is kind of exciting. And I don't know what that could look like. You know, I'm pretty excited for Austin and Snow Grip. But you know, if you have any kind of like wondering it, like what this Snow Grip is, it's a product that helps with snow load in northern states.
No retention. And
so that's a big deal for a lot of people. And if you want to see what Snow Grip does, just get up on Austin Blomquist's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and there is photos all over the place, videos about the Snow Grip. You can also find it on Mike Abernathy's page. He did a video reel of some Snow Grip and kind of, you know, what it does. So that's pretty exciting. Those are 2 things I'm glad that you brought up. McGuire is a disruptor. You know, if you're looking for TPO products, underlayments, roof coatings, etc., you know, Mike is now a registered sales rep affiliate. I'm not sure exactly how that is. But he sells it and you can get it from him. All right. And if you're in Texas and you're looking for it, you can you can get it from me as well. There's actually a few different people that you can get this from, but that's it. There's few people that you can get this from. And this is like one of those Van Boxel things, man. Like, it's going to disrupt the market. We're going to do some videos about it, and you're hearing it live here.
Yeah,
ladies
and looking forward to next year
on Roofing on the Rise, man. We are at the end of this segment. It has been a little over 2 hours. We've given away some products. We've given away some trainings. We've given away some books. We've given away some swag. This is an awesome live stream. We had a call-in still. Chuck Allen, thank you so much for calling in today, brother.
Chuck Allen.
Why not, right? Just hanging out. It's Saturday.
Absolutely. I think that
I like being a guest on Roofing on the Rise. I will say, Roofing on the Rise is a wonderful program. It is my second favorite podcast in all of the world. So
thank you for that.
Me on.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming on. Chuck, we will bid you farewell. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and press the end button. Have a wonderful day. I'll holler at you later, brother.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Take care, Mike.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Watch this. I'm going to do it first.
Those are those moments that I'm like, dang it, I didn't get to press the button.
Oh my
Chuck,
goodness.
thank you so much. Mike, I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate you giving away some products and some trainings today, and for coming up with the idea. Like, the 23rd is a pretty big deal. We got some really good engagement today. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no problem. I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate our friendship. Looking forward to next year.
Absolutely.
Definitely want to get the training set up with you, get you guys hooked up, but also do some more. Some training. I want to do some training with you on the marketing side. We've discussed that.
Yeah.
My intention is to do some more podcasts and
Yeah.
give some more value. If you guys want to hear about anything right now, like anything in the roofing industry, if we don't know it, between the two of us, we know somebody that does know it. Just put in the comments right now what you want to learn about. Like, what do you want some information on? Like, what more can we give you? Like, what do you want to learn about? Do you want to learn about TPO? Do you want to learn about damage, documentation, codes, products? I mean, all the products, the shingle stuff, anything on the low slope I can handle. Tech stuff, not really that guy, but you might know somebody. So yeah, please, we appreciate everybody that's been in the comments and commenting and liking and sharing. We appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. And today and every day, we are sponsored by Roofing Supply Incorporated here in the Houston marketplace, where you can get your shingles directly from me. Telephone number is 210-919-8987. We are also sponsored by West Group Public Adjusters. You see that right over Mike. West Group is an awesome public adjusting company. And West Group does just a lot of stuff, like more than just PA work. They do appraisals and umpire and expert work. Reach out to West Group. You could do so by giving me a call. Telephone number 210-919-8987. We are also sponsored by Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. And if you're looking to get in contact with Chad T. Wilson so that you can get your homeowners an awesome settlement. And I'm telling you, sometimes when you're dealing with insurance, it's not awesome. So make it awesome and reach out to Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. Telephone number. You can reach out directly to me, 210-919-8987. Again, thank you, Mike, so much for coming along. It's been an awesome stream. You guys pay attention. Next year, we've got some amazing stuff coming along, dropping some new content. Got a video shoot on the 9th. You guys have a wonderful day.